Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States, staged a rapid recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic slowdown, reaching close to the pre-pandemic arrival numbers from India of about 90,000 in the year 2021 itself. Elliott Ferguson, President and CEO of Washington, D.C., tells India Outbound. Ferguson says that the city has a lot to offer to visitors in terms of historical monuments, museums, and other landmarks, and with the growth in direct connectivity, it is set to boost tourist arrivals from India further.
Well, I think the key thing with Washington is that I would say arguably every single day on the news there's something tied to the United States and Washington. It's usually politics, and we claim it, it's ours. But as we look at our city as a destination, a lot of visitors come for that experience of taking a picture in front of the White House, the Capitol building, and then enjoying our monuments, memorials, and museums. We have 25 free museums. The zoo is free, so there's always that cultural exchange of coming to America and visiting Washington, D.C. However, the other component that we continue to focus on is the history of our city that was built in the 1700s by the French, great architecture, nightlife, theater, an amazing rooftop scene as every building is no taller than 12 levels. So therefore you still have great views of the monuments around the city, and every new rooftop is really cool and chic with bars and restaurants and discos. So we love those scenes. We love theater in the city. We're a Michelin-starred destination, and we're easily accessible. You know, Air India flies to Dulles International Airport, and as we're here with New York City promoting our destinations, it's very easy to get on the train, fly into one of our cities, take the train to the other, and then fly out of the other back to India. Well, the key thing is the representation that we have here in country. So New York and Washington, we're working with Indiva that continues to focus on the messaging of our two destinations. My organization, fortunately, we are going to be receiving additional funding that will allow us to do more marketing in the international market. India for us is the second largest international overseas inbound market, and it continues to grow. As a matter of fact, we're close to our 2019 numbers in terms of visitation. So we're seeing positive numbers, even though we know we're still needing to work on the visa process, and we are. But we're very optimistic as we're looking at those numbers, and then we're looking at new ways of really telling the DC story beyond the understanding of DC being the nation's capital. Yeah, absolutely. We were well over 90,000 visitors in 2019. We were close to 89,000 visitors in 2021. We'll get the 2022 numbers fairly soon since that year just ended. But the good news for us is that we started seeing the momentum and the shift of additional visitation fairly quickly. So as we continue to focus on making the process of getting a visa easier, and of course more non-stop flights, we anticipate more opportunity. We're looking at the numbers here in the city, the economics of India, and we see we're very optimistic about future travel to the US. The number that I'm giving is specifically for the Indian traveler coming to Washington, D.C. Well, the target for this year is clearly we're waiting to see exactly how we're able to do in terms of ease of travel into the U.S. and additional nonstop flights. So we're working on that infrastructure. We have to make sure that that's in place. We would like to see at least 3 to 5% growth, and we know that the demand is there. So for us, it's a matter of influencing the traveler to come and stay for 3 to 5 days and enjoy Washington and the region, be it the horse country in Virginia, which is only 45 minutes away. There are wineries in this part of Virginia. It's historic Annapolis, Maryland, which is 45 minutes away, and Baltimore. And then, of course, spending a significant amount of time in all the things and, just enjoying the things that Washington has to offer. If a person spends 3 minutes in front of every exhibit in all of the Smithsonian's, it would take them 3 years. So you can really invest a lot of time in our city. Well, it's a combination of things because, one size does not fit all. We know that Indian travelers normally like to come for history. I've had a lot of education while I've been here on scholars that are tied to travel that know a lot about American history. And so they like to come, they like to explore, they like to do things outdoors. And these are things that may not resonate with most Indian travelers, that Washington is one of the most walkable cities in the U.S., not because I say it, but because we've been voted as such. It's one of the fittest cities in the country, with a great food scene that has been reemphasized by Michelin giving us our own guide. So we're going to continue to focus on things in which we know that the Indian population enjoys. And again, with our representation here, they're giving us additional insight as to where we should focus our attention. Well, I think that clearly before the pandemic, we had 2 airlines, Air India and United, flying nonstop to Dulles International Airport. Now it's just Air India, but there are talks now with United Airlines potentially coming back online sooner than later.